Time for this week's Parent to Parent segment. Of course, our good friends from Potential Magazine, Pam Mashburn, is here. We're already starting in the school year. That means before too long, your high school senior will be graduating and they'll be looking at colleges. And they've probably been looking at them for some time. They kind of know what they're looking for. But we want to make sure it doesn't hurt the bank account too much. If that's not one of the things that most students think about, their parents usually think about that more. And we have Pam Mashburn here from Potential Magazine, and she also brought along Vice Chancellor of Troy University, Ray White. Thank you both for being here. Pam, let me start with you. Okay. When is the best time to start looking at scholarships, and if we don't have this stellar, outstanding student, is it a waste of time?
It's not a waste of time. There's, based on research, we're seeing that there's $1.9 billion, of scholarship money that's available, and 36 million of that is from like private organizations, things like churches, community organizations, even banks, credit unions, your own company. There's lots out there. You just have to start looking for it, and you have to start preparing for it. So 9th through 11th grade, again, we've talked about that before, key times.
You can't talk about that enough.
I know. You don't wait until your senior year to get involved in the clubs at school.
Yeah.
You've got to start doing those early and think about what your child really enjoys. And I know Ray's going to talk about that a little bit more, but you know, find out where they want to excel and let them dig deep and start shining through that.
Sounds like parents have a little homework to do when it comes to scholarship, because a lot of people think, I don't know, it's going to just drop in their lap, some big bag of money. That's not going to happen. You have to go looking for it.
Yeah, it's a numbers game. The more you apply for, the more that you're going to get. You know, I thought maybe it was just for 4.0 students, but I was talking to Ray and he was telling me there's all kinds of opportunities. He's actually been on a lot of different scholarship boards.
Oh, well, you're the man to talk to.
So he's really an expert on this.
When you talk to parents, or when parents are out there wondering, what can I do to you know, encourage my student to do to set themselves apart and get one of these scholarships, what's the first thing you would tell them?
Well, the first thing they need to do is start early. Start, as Pam mentioned, you start in the 8th or 9th grade, because oftentimes scholarship committees, when you're looking at, say, 30 applicants that are applying for a academic or leadership scholarship, they all look alike. Many of them have a 3.5 to a 4.3 GPA, and what separates them is their leadership potential, how many clubs they've been involved in schools, community volunteerism, because a lot of organizations that award scholarships are looking for the volunteer spirit. What are you doing to help your community, your organization, your school, your family, but more importantly, your leadership potential. And that's true with college scholarships as well.
You know, Judd and I, for the past few years, have been doing the Most Distinguished Young Woman, or it used to be called Junior Miss. I mean, you got to look for these different venues where you can get, I mean, for instance, Troy, you give a full ride for the young lady who wins those.
That's right. Well, and we have probably 40 or 45 different types of scholarships. But regardless of which college you go to or university you go to, research them early. There's a lot of money out there for scholarships, but more importantly, be prepared. And the best way to find scholarships is do the research yourself. Go to Google, go to the university's websites, and go to national. There's a lot of national scholarships available, not just Alabama scholarships.
Well, Pam, and you helped us a lot too. You put a lot of that information right here in an easy guide, and you have a big event coming up where people can come out and actually interact with those folks.
It's really talking about how to get money for college. We'll be talking about scholarships, but we'll talk about some other opportunities too. We're calling it, it's part of our Countdown to College series, and it's going to be at Prattville High School Tuesday night, 6 o'clock, 6 to 7:15. Mr. White's going to be there, and we've got some other speakers that are going to be there to help us find money for college, and we're calling it College Money Secrets. So we've dug deep to find some things out that you may not know about. Again, it will be at Prattville High School, and if you want to join our newsletter, every week we talk about a different scholarship. The scholarship for this week is for juniors, and there are actually scholarships for sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So you don't want to miss out on that if you have a junior. I've got mine applying. So.
Okay, well, I told you, I'm trying to get a jump on that. I had my freshman at a college and career night the other night. He's a ninth grader, and we're already looking into that. He is fantastic. And we had a good time, too.
It was a great
You might be surprised that your kids have some great questions. If you want to take them to some of these events, they might have some questions you haven't even thought of. Well, our question is, where do we get this Potential magazine?
Anywhere that you find parents and teens. And if you want to be on our email list, on our Countdown to College newsletter that comes out each week, 42828, type the word potential, And today you'll actually also get an ebook download for financial aid and scholarships advice.
Oh, that's awesome.
So-
Thanks so much, Pam. Dr. White, thank you so
Yeah,
much for
thanks.
being here. And you'll be at that event on Tuesday,
will.
so we'll be looking forward to that.